Okay. Perfect.
There was audio, but it was so scratchy because the phone was so old.
Got it.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it was her.
There was a comment on Facebook too.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah.
Probably her.
Move your plastic structure. Move.
All right, we have head coach Mike Super. I'll let Nia kick it off first.
Coach, Dexter and Daquan, again, did what they did last night, combined for 50% of their offense. So just speak to their game and the level that they're playing at.
G League vets, very, very good players. Dexter, another 5 threes. He's worked on his game. I coached him in 2 years ago for the Mavs, and he was not as consistent of a shooter as he is now. So credit him for improving his game, using the G League to get better at his game. And then Jeffrey's 29 years old, played in the NBA, played in the G League, and he sniffed it out. We got in foul. we got in the bonus early in the fourth quarter, and then he did the sweep through, and then he drew 2 other fouls, so he got 6 cheap points just off of that. But very smart play, very smart style of play. Man, 53 points from those guys is tough. Very good players. You know what they're going to try to do. You try your best to stop it. Unfortunately, we were not able to do so tonight.
Stat that stuck out to me was Matt Cross, and he almost matched your 7-footers on the rebound. So what was working for him in the paint?
Yeah, 3 guys with double-digit rebounds is always good. Would have liked to avoid the 16 offensive rebounds we gave up, but yeah, Matt Cross is a player that flies under the radar a little bit because he doesn't always his contributions aren't always through scoring, so he can contribute through rebounding, hustle play, and he's known as a 3-point shooter. He was a very good college 3-point shooter. The unfortunate thing was that he got injured in the preseason when he was playing very well, and then now his shooting has come back around. So we know he's capable of making shots. Would love him to be even more aggressive, let it fly, because I believe in his 3-point shooting. But very impactful, hustle, energy player who brings it every single night. So we're lucky to have him on our team.
Coach, you talked about the disappointment of last night and seeing the lead fall away. Same thing happens tonight, leading by 12 at the break. Where does this one compare to what happened last night?
I think with this one, it was just like a less dramatic version of that because they didn't go on such a massive run, although they still won the third quarter by 16 points. But tonight, I was very encouraged by the way we played as a team in both halves. I thought our ball movement was better than it was last night, but yeah, you're never satisfied with a loss. It also hurts to win 3 quarters, and then that third quarter we just allowed such a big run. But again, credit to Stockton because they made 16 threes. They stuck to their guns and they did a lot of really good stuff out there. And we're a team that's still developing. The 3 two-ways this is only their second game. All 3 two-ways have played. So we got to go back to the drawing board. Luckily, the luxury we have this week is before our last game, before All-Star break, we have 3 practices. So it's a great opportunity for us to keep getting better, us to keep helping these guys grow their game on an individual level, and then try to, assuming if we get the two-ways to stick around, get them to get even more into the fold to set them up for success as we go forward, whenever they play with us.
How was your evaluation of how they played the 2 ways specifically?
Very happy with all those guys. Ryan, great chance for him to get, the reps at being an offensive organizer and running the show. Wish he would have, and I'm sure he wishes he would have been able to get one of those threes to fall, but he had a really strong offensive game. He got guys involved, 8 assists. You'd love to see that. Cisse, energy player, right? Always energy, activity. So we need to help him in terms of subs when he starts to get tired and his energy trails off. That decreases his productivity, but very good on the boards. Wanted to experiment with the Sharp and Cisse lineup there. We did so in both halves, which was cool. And then Kelly, he's been with us more, so he's more familiar with the G League game, and want him to keep pushing the envelope on being even more aggressive to let it fly from 3. We believe in him at a high level with that, and then been very happy with the way he's defended. We can put him on even better offensive players because he's a solid defender, and all 3 of those guys. It's also a unique situation because 3 rookie 2-ways as well. So guys who have big futures ahead of themselves. A lot of their best basketball is far ahead of them. So they just gotta stay with the developmental mindset that we always have promoted with the Legends. Keep getting better.
Andrew Kinsey, coming from your position with the Mavs, what would you say has been the most challenging transition?
Great question. So the biggest thing has been understanding where all these guys are at in their career. When you're working with a team like the Mavs, the expectation is win at all costs. And there is, in the role I was in with player development and video, there is that element of developing players, but there's very little tolerance for, it's just a guy who just needs to keep getting better. It's like, well, if he's not good enough, find another player who is. Whereas here, now these guys are at various stages in their career. We have some guys who have some NBA experience, and some are just fresh out of college. So they're all coming from different perspectives. But understanding that patience and grace for where they're at in their career. Not that we'll ever let the standard slip for what's tolerated and what we accept as in terms of effort, energy, and focus, but understanding that this is just the very beginning of a lot of these guys' careers, and they have a lot of basketball ahead of them. So just having a developmental mindset, trying to teach and coach in every moment. In the game situation, even though we want to win every single time, can we help these guys get better in these moments, so when they're in these moments again, it's time to get them better. And then film sessions, practices, throughout the flow of the game, you're always teaching, which is just a little bit different than the NBA, because you're not that you're not teaching in the NBA, but the NBA has guys who have so much more experience than the guys we're coaching, so it's just kind of two different sides of the coin. But I try to take the perspective of coaching and encouraging things that I know will translate to success at the NBA level. That's my focus, and I think a reason why having someone with NBA experience as a G League coach is very important.
One last question. Michael Taylor, I'm a dad of 2 kids who are playing ball, 11-year-old who's on that first edge of competitive ball. I want to be the best at-home coach that I can be. Any recommendations on what my focus should be?
Oh man, well I think like the admission ticket is playing your hardest every single night. So if it's tough for me to go through a box score, go through a game, and if a guy is not playing with maximum effort, it's hard to really evaluate their play on both sides of the ball. So, and I think instilling that love for the game, like understand this is these guys' profession, but a kid who's just getting started, like it should start with a natural spark and intrinsic motivation in your heart to play your hardest, to try your best, to compete on every possession. And because now once the joy of the game grows, it's like a fire that you can't stop. And now that child will have curiosity, that child will have maximum competitiveness and maximum effort from within, not just because dad says to do it, but because, hey, I take pride in this. I love this sport. And that's how it was for me as a kid. I love the game from the get-go, and here I am. I get to coach guys who are on the brink of trying to make huge things happen in their career. So true joy for me, but starting from day one, we have a daughter on the way. If my daughter wants to play basketball, that'll be my message to her. If you want to be competitive, and we can play for fun, but if you want to be competitive, you got to go out there and give maximum effort every single night, and then play with no regrets. Like you never want to turn down a shot and be like, I should have shot that shot. We'll never know what happens. Play with no regrets, ultimate confidence, and practice prepares you for the opportunity to play in the game. You earn the privilege and earn the right to shoot shots that you practice. So maximum effort and confidence, to me, that's what any young player can use, but also these guys out here who are, in their mid-20s, early 20s, they can use that as well. Thank you, guys.
So how y'all doing? What's up, man? How are you?
We have Miles Kelly with 18 points, 3 rebounds. Ryan Emhart with 23 points, 8 assists. I'll let Media kick it off.
Miles, I'll start with you. I think 0 point first for you, and then 8 point second, and then we finished with 18. So how did you like the game coming in tonight?
Just honestly not forcing things, just letting the game come to me. I know the ball's gonna find me playing with Ryan, things like that. So just focusing on the defensive end and just letting the game come to me.
And then Ryan, a question for you. I know last game, Max Hooper was talking to you maybe about your shot selection in the second half and ball movement, getting other guys involved. How are you working on that today?
I was just trying to move the ball, get guys involved, not take shots early in the clock without letting other guys touch it. So just trying to get other guys involved, learn how to play with these guys, and take the solutions from the coaches and try to apply them. So they do a great job of that.
Ryan, you talked yesterday about wanting to be better tonight and end up in a better result. Not the result you wanted, but you feel like you took steps in the right direction.
For sure. I think we're better. Like I said, trying to gather guys involved and let everybody touch it a little bit more. You got to come out a little bit better in those third quarters, a little bit flat, get some more stops, and just be a little bit more disciplined. But definitely a step in the right direction.
How do you take a step in the third quarter, not come out flat?
Got to be ready to go. Got to get yourself ready to go mentally, prepared at halftime, and not be complacent when you got a little bit of a lead. So just be ready to go. That's on us.
And Miles, second game, having both two ways and yourself available at the same time. I mean, what's the biggest difference having a guy like Ryan and Musa to play off of in these two games, despite the losses?
Just the flow of the overall game. I think they know what they got to do to play at the next level, and they come down here and do the same thing. So I think just like he said, the way we move the ball, just the flow of the overall game, it just they help it out a lot.
Andrew Kinsey, who has been your biggest inspiration in your life?
I would say my mom. My mom, she's there. She's there for me for everything. I still call her to this day, every day. So my mom is my rock for sure.
Yeah, I'll probably go with my brother. I always looked up to him since we were kids. He's taught me a lot, and always been there for me when I needed him. So he's been a great role model for me.
Hey Ryan, Tavis Higgins, what's your preparation difference that you think that do you do anything differently between we saw you Thursday night and we saw you tonight play, but what's your preparation difference when you're going from one to the other?
Yeah, I think preparation is pretty similar. This is like the third night in a row for us, so
Yeah.
definitely just trying to get a little bit more rest. Honestly, that's the main thing. Make sure I get my sleep in, and make sure probably take a little bit less reps on the court than usual. But trying to be similar, trying to make it a similar preparation. I think that's the key to playing well.
Ryan, Ian Holmes, what would be advice for someone my age that you like? If you were my age, what would be good advice to get better at basketball?
What's up, man? I would just say have fun with it. When you're a kid, you just want to have fun with it and be present in the moment, and you'll see where that takes you. I feel like everyone falls in love when they're a kid with the game and just enjoying it, and then it becomes more serious as you grow older. So enjoy these moments with your friends and hanging around and building some camaraderie with those guys. And as you grow up, I think you'll start to fall in love with it even more. So just have fun with it.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.